Hello everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. Today is going to be exciting. What we're going to be doing, we're going to do something different than creating patterns. But today, as you can see, I have a map here that I have all the measurements that I'm going to be using today. Now let me show you the pattern that I'm going to be creating. This is a commercial pattern. I hope you guys can actually see this. The pattern is you can see it is dark. It's a black dress, but the pattern is very simple to make. So this is the pattern, and then let me just show you the sketches. This is how it is. As you can see, it's really very simple. But then you're going to I'm going to do a little bit modification on this pattern, because if you can see the pattern, there has at the back you have this is the front, you have a kind of dot here, and up and down you have a dot. You can see, and then you it's a little bit it's very nice pattern. It's fitting. As you can see, it's a fitting pattern, but I will just show you how to upgrade your size. The reason I'm doing this video today is because I met a lovely friend of mine. She told me she actually has this pattern, and then she told me, well, she loved the pattern, and I love it as well. But the thing is, she has the pattern cannot fit her size, and as well cannot fit me as well, because the size is a little bit too small. This size, it is size 14. To tell you the truth, it is size 14. And so I told her, I said, you know what, I love it very simple, and she loved it as well. So okay, you know what we're gonna do? We could just trace out the pattern. It's a commercial pattern. We could trace it out, and then we can upgrade it. And then she told me, well, auntie, I don't really know how to upgrade the pattern, and so it's really difficult for me. So maybe you can do something and show me how to do it. I said, okay, I will do that. And actually, I traced out my pattern. Let me show you the pattern that I traced out. So this is the pattern that I traced out. So as you can see, so I was telling you, it has a plate. You can plate it here, just like this. So you can see here is the dot, and this is the pattern. And so you can, this is the front pattern. This is the front pattern, and you put it on. When you want to sew it, you just put it in the center. This is actually the center front. Just put it on fold, and then here you can just plate it. When you plate it, then you sew it here, then it's together. All right. So that is how it is. And then with the back pattern, you can see how the back pattern is. This is the back. It has split at the back, and this guy you cut it in two, and of course after you want to sew it, then you join it together. And this one is like this is the center back. So this center back with this center back, you put them together. Then you have the dot here as well. So that is how the pattern is. But then how do you then upgrade the size? Because it's actually quite small for me and as well for her. So what I did was that if you really want to do it, this is what you should do. You make sure that you have your measurement ready, your bust measurement, your hip measurement, and of course measure your shoulder. You do your shoulder measurement, as you can see, and as well your waist measurements. So when you have all this measurement ready, you're going to compare it with the measurement that you have already, in your pattern. So let me just show you guys what I mean. Okay, like this. Now you have this pattern. Okay, I hope you guys can really see what I'm doing. So this is the measurement that you need. Bust, waist, hip. You have all those, and then the you look for your size. Then you compare it to your size. But this actually goes to size 22. But the pattern itself has no size 22. It's just size 14. Okay. So after you measure, after you have all this measurement, measure you have your body measurement, and then there you're going to do the mathematics. For instance, you have this. Because let me get a pen for you. For instance, you have bust measurement. In this case, let's say bust measurement is 42, and then you that 42 you're going to divide it by 4, of course. Huh? So meanwhile, then what you're going to do first, you compare your measurement that you have, your actual measurement, and as well the measurement that you have in your commercial pattern. For instance, if your bust measurement is 42 inches, or you have centimeter as the case may be, for your actual measurement, and then the measurement you have in your commercial pattern is like, let's say 36. So what should you do? So that 36, as you have it here, that 36, you minus it away from your actual bust measurements. Alright? So in this case, you have 6 inches. And so that 6 inches, we're going to divide it by 4, because when you are putting your pattern together like this, let me show you. So when you are preparing your pattern like this, it is already one part. This is just one part. And so you're going to have something like this into 4 parts. Alright? So that is the reason why you do that. On your bust measurement, you divide it by 4. Okay, so now that you divide that difference by 4, then you have 1.5 inches. You can make it like 2 inches, as the case may be, if you want to have a little bit more ease. Alright? And so the hip measurement, your actual hip measurement, you subtract it from the hip measurement you have in your pattern. Then you have 7, and that 7 you divide it by 4, and then you have 1.75. Alright, so of course with the shoulder measurement you divide by 2. Okay, so of course you're going to as well just do that in you see the difference. So that's what you do when you are working with commercial pattern. Of course with waist measurement you do the same thing, and then you will not see the difference when you separate your actual measurement away from the commercial pattern. Those difference what you're going to divide, because you're going to add it in round all the pattern. Okay, and so when you do that, then your pattern will be more comfortable. So you can have, so when you have the pattern in the store, beautiful, you can buy it and you can upgrade it. Go and upgrade your size, and that is how you can do it. So by having your body measurement separated from the actual measurement that you have with the pattern, and then the difference you divide it by 4, and so therefore you add those extra inches round your pattern. The pattern will be perfectly alright. And then don't forget to add extra sewing allowance, maybe extra sewing allowance of half an inch, of 1 inch. You should always add that. Don't forget to do that. Okay, so that is how you can create your size. And after done that, after explaining that, I'm going to show you something like that. Okay, like this pattern that I already traced out and everything, you can just go ahead and do it. I decided that if I want to add those extra inches that I want to add to it. The easiest thing for me to do for you guys as a beginner, just add it in a where it is easy, and that is the folding area, because this is the middle, this is the center front, this is the middle. So if you want to add extra allowance or inches, whatever you want, just here, these are the middle. That is how you would do that. And so let's say you have what you do, just have a paper, you have an extra paper, and then you just add, you don't place this in fold, you just put a little bit away here like this, so, and then you add the extra inches, and then of course don't forget your sewing allowance. Alright, so the reason I do that is because it will be more easy for me to sew, because right now if I should add it from here, you can see this is going to take the figure here, going to maybe it will disfigure it, or it will not be really very easy for you as a beginner to do. So because you're going to extend this, you're going to be doing that, and then and also it is really curvy, you might not be able to get it right. So it is easy for you just to do it right here. And also it depends on the other pattern that you really want to upgrade. So you can actually like add it to the side, but in this case don't do that, do it here, because when you do it there it will be more easier for you. What you have to do just to add your 1.5 inches, and then you just cut the paper out, and after doing that, that is when you will now take your pattern paper and cut on fold in your fabric that you want to actually use. Okay, and don't forget to add all the notice on it, all the marking, wherever it is on it. So because when you add all the necessary marking, then it will be easy for you. For instance, here is the plate, and this is front, and you can cut this on fold, and you can as well cut lining on fold if you want to add lining into your dress. You can do that. And here says the waistline, and then here is also another important marking. Here they always, if you buy commercial products, sometimes they will always indicate where to shorten your pattern, or where to lengthen it. Always there, so you write it there in case if you want to shorten it, you want to lengthen it, because when you are making outfits, at certain moment you can say, oh, I want it to be a little bit more longer, or oh, I find it too long. So always make sure you do it at the middle. The reason is, you can say, okay, you do it here by the hemline, but if you do it by the hemline, you're going to have a problem, because if you lengthen it here, the more you lengthen it, the more this area will get more narrower. But when you do it here, this hem area stay the same. But here, you can just adjust it, you can cut it, put any centimeter you want to put in between your inches on a separate paper, and then you glue it together, and then off you go. And so the bottom, the hem, will still have the actual fitting how it's supposed to be. So it is, but people do that. People do that. They will add or make it shorten at the bottom, your hem area. But you should not do that, because if you do that, well, it will not be conducive, especially when you wear like a pattern that, then the hem become more narrow, you can't really walk properly anymore. So that's why it's always appropriate to do it at the middle. So don't forget that, they always indicate that. So if you draft your own pattern as well, please make sure you do the modification in the middle of your pattern. And on the marking, you make sure you just add on it so that it will be more easy for you. Okay, so that is this, and this so what I did with this one, actually, I placed both of them together. This center back, this is center back. So I placed both of them together to cut. I cut it once because this dart, I decided to remove this dart. See? I decided to remove this dart. So I made sure everything fits properly. That's what I did. And I went ahead and did my pattern. I add extra inches that I wanted, and I actually modified this pattern. So because I didn't want to start joining together at the back, I just want to have no joining, no darts, nothing. I just want to be free. So that is why I did that. So let me show you actually what I mean, because I've been explaining this to you, but let me show you what I mean. So this will go now. Let me show you. Alright, so this is it. Let me get this map away. Alright, so this is it actually. So let me show you this first. This is the pattern I went and created. This is the front pattern. So you can still see after adding the extra inches so that it will fit me very well, I went ahead and add my sewing allowance. So you can see. So these are the sewing allowance. So when I sew, I will make sure that when you are sewing, actually, please make sure that you sew the actual measurement, actual inches or centimeter that you added. Otherwise, your work will be too big, you know. So that is what I did. So you can see I add my sewing allowance, and the front, actually, what I did with the front, this is the bust dart. I leave the bust dart because I want to have that, and I didn't want to split it here and have all this half place on it. I didn't want to have that. I just decided to, you know, to make it more free, and yeah, so I don't really want to have that. So this is the modification I did. And also what I did was the front, I created a V neckline. So that's what I did. I said just to go to my neck area and just change that. So it was round. You can, as you remember, it was round, but I decided to use the V neck. Let me show you once more again. Okay, so you can see how it is. You can see. So it was like this. You can see the difference. It was like this, round neck. But I decided to make it V neck, as you can see. Okay, this is center front. So I'm going to as well put it on fold. That's why I add this on fold. Okay. So that is just that, and I remove this slash. I remove this. I don't want to have plate either. I don't want to plate it. I just want it to be free. So all what I did is to add the bust dart because I want it to be a little bit more shapy. So I did that. All right. So that is how you can as well modify your pattern. You can do something with that. All right. Okay, so after creating that, the neck area, so I went and create this as well, and this is the facing. What I did was I put paper just here like that, and I just trace it out and add my sewing allowances on it, because when you want to attach your facing into your work, you need to add. so that I can go to sew it. That's why you add that sewing allowance. So this is the back panel of the pattern. So as you can see, the other one is like this. So this is like this. So you can see. So this is the back. So this is the back, and then you have to add. You have to sew it here, and that for you to have one piece. So I put them together on my paper. Put them together on this paper. So I decided to just to cut it together. So that's what I did. And so with the original pattern, you can add you can sew it just on fold. It will be on fold, because when you use a stretchy fabric, you can easily wear it. But in this case, I decided to add zipper. So in this area, I'm going to put zipper, and it's on fold in some fold. So if you are using stretchy fabric, you cut it on fold. All right. And then if you are not using stretchy fabric, you're going to cut it two. But in this case, I'm going to cut it two, because then I will use zipper. And so when you are actually, if you are using stretchy fabric, so you cut it on fold, no problem. But if you are using other kind of fabric and you want to put zipper, please try to add that process that you are cutting your fabric, to add the extra sewing allowance for the zipper. Okay, you can add 1.5 inches extra. You can add 2 inches extra for you to be able to fix your zipper. Okay, do not forget that. If you want to cut it on fold, that is when you use maybe really stretchy fabric. Okay, so this is the back panel. So back panel actually didn't have any changes. The only changes that I will do is just to add zipper on it, and that's it. So for the rest, most work is just in the front, the adjustment of the front neckline and the plates out and things like that. So if you want to keep the original pattern, just do that. You don't have to make any changes. But in this case, I have both patterns now. I'm going to do this, and if I like, I can also just do that. So it depends on what I actually want to do. I just want to show you guys that when you have your commercial pattern, you can as well change it. You can do something else with it. And then the facing, I did the same thing with the facing. I just put paper here. I just draw it out. I have my facing. So, and you can see the okay, well, this is my facing as well. And so with the sleeve, if you like, you can as well put curve here, just right here. If you guys can see, so right here you can put curve on it. That curve, so that's where this comes in handy. So it's going to be like this. But remember, with the curve, you need to make it big as well. You need to upgrade this in order to fit the sleeve that you just created. Alright, so but if you don't want to do that, you can just leave it. You can just fold it, and then your work is done. Or you can also, if you want to make it longer, you can make it your sleeve a bit longer as well. What you have to do just to just redraw this pattern. You just draw how long you want it to be. Just extend the shoulder, and measure your wrist area, and then you measure it, and then you connect it there like that, and then you have your long sleeve. But in this case, I'm not going to make a long sleeve, because I'm going to use this pattern to make like summer dress or spring dress, because summer is coming right now, although it's still a bit cold where I live, but we are now looking ahead, preparing for a couple of months so that we can wear our summer clothes again. So I'm going to use this. So I'm not going to use long sleeve. I'm just going to leave it like this. And so that is that. So I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And this video is really dedicated to this my lovely friend. She will know that I'm referring to her. This video is really dedicated to her. So it's specially made for her. And so, my dear, it's made for you. You can see how now you can upgrade your pattern. So if you make time for you to actually make this pattern to upgrade your size, any pattern will do. But if you have any question, just let me know. You can send me a message and then I will help you out. All right? Okay, so I can say what I will say is go ahead and practice, because practice makes perfect. And thank you very much for watching. And if this is your first time, you're welcome. And you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel so that you can be seeing whatever, anything that I'm creating. Of course, everyone always learn from each other. You can learn from me, I can learn from you. So if there is any suggestion, anything, your comment is welcome. As always, it's welcome. Yeah. So I can say now it is this is the end of this video. So you go ahead and practice. And if I wish to use this pattern to sew something for myself, I will let you guys also say it. Okay. All right, then I will say thank you very much for subscribing to my channel, and have a very good day wherever you may be. All right, so that is the end. As for me, that is the end of this video. Hopefully I will see you in the next video. All right, okay, bye.